Good evening. Welcome. If we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Agenda, Town of Marlborough Planning Board, February 2nd, 2026, regular meeting, 7 p.m. Tonight we're going to approve the minutes for January 5th, 2026. We have an ongoing application review for Katrina Nason for subdivision at 99 Peach Lane. Mitchell M. and Company subdivision sketch, 1559 Route 9W Marlborough. Pendino and Pharaoh sketch, 92 Old Indian Road, Milton. Faroh Timber Harvest sketch, Route 4455 Highland. Jeff Aldridge 6-lot subdivision sketch, Milton Turnpike. New application review, T-Mobile Cellular amended, 366 Mount Zion Road, Marlborough for sketch. Barbara Jackson 183 Reservoir Road, Marlborough for sketch. And we're going to have a special topic discussion for 39 Old Country LLC for 3941 Old County Road, Milton. Monday, February 16th, our meeting will be canceled for President's Day, and our next deadline will be Friday, February 20th, 2026. And our next scheduled meeting, it will be Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I would ask, this meeting is being recorded. So if you come up, I'd like everybody to make sure they're using the microphone and it's turned on, okay? And with that, can I get the approval of January 5th meeting minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Second, Joe? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have any announcements, Mr. Callow?
Yes, I have training 2 hours. I did the winter webinar series, Local Government for Essentials for Planning and Zoning Board Staff. 2 hours on January 22nd I completed. And January, I have a copy of that. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? I have a 2026 Certificate of Completion of Training, Understanding Compliance Secret, 1 hour, Common Mistakes and Mishaps in Site Plan Review, 1 hour, and Regulating Controversial Uses, 1 hour, for a total of 3 hours. Okay? All right. Katrina Nason? What?
We did.
We did.
Aye
Cindy
first.
and Joe.
Watch the video.
It'll be on your recording. Katrina Nason. You just turn the microphone on, say who you are, and tell us about your project.
Good evening, Chris Teresi, engineer for Katrina Nason. She's seeking a 2-lot subdivision of her lot at, I believe it's 99 Peach Lane. We've been before the board a handful of times now. We're down to a 2-lot subdivision served by a common driveway, on-site septics, wells. I think at this point I'm seeking a public hearing.
Thank you. Pat, you want to go through your comments?
So we've received a lot of responses to our previous comments.
Pat, could you please speak into the mic? Thank you.
Down there. I've never been accused of not being able to hear me, but the wetland validation maps have been received. The limits of disturbance were identified on the plans. The project has received a DEC approval for the stormwater pollution prevention plan they've developed, and they have that number there. They have identified moving a 24-inch diameter culvert to correspond with the new driveway location, and we did receive mapping of the culvert through the site. A private driveway access and maintenance agreement will be required. Ulster County has given a concept approval for the septic systems, and they're awaiting final approval from this board. We did receive a revised EAF. I believe I don't have any record of circulating for lead agency yet, so I think that's something we need to do before we make a seeker determination. I know the project's been before the board for a while. I would suggest if the board's going to do a public hearing that we put it off till March 16th, which will give us time to complete that circulation, and we can address the part 2 prior to the public hearing. If that.
And I would like to add to that, that this subdivisions are the only type of action under the federal regulations that do require seeker to be completed before we hold the public hearing. So what that means is we need to type it, we need to circulate for lead agency, and then complete parts 2, 3, and a negative declaration before we hold the public hearing.
So you completed part 1, your part on this?
I believe so.
Yeah, we received the revised one with this application.
Okay. So can I get a motion to take lead agency on this? Joe has made the motion,
I'll second.
seconded by Fred. Any discussion on this?
Circulate our intent for lead agency.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And you can move to type it as an unlisted action as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are we good?
Right? We didn't do that last time?
We did not yet.
So just a motion to type it as an unlisted action.
Can I get a motion? John? We got Bobby and John seconding it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So can we do a type 2 for next meeting, March?
We can do a
So
part
that,
2 for-
so then March 16th, we would be in a position to go over the,
Yes.
any additional,
Probably the part 2.
yeah, with the part 2 and make a determination, and then we would schedule a public hearing.
Part 2, part 3, negative declaration. So could we do the part 2 on, what's our next?
The next one is,
The deadline is the 20th for the March 2nd meeting, so if you could have the part 2 and 3 for that meeting, and then your public hearing.
and then schedule it for the 16th. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll do the part 2
On March 2nd.
on the 2nd. 2 and 3 on the 2nd, yes.
You think we can do that?
Does that work?
Yes.
Anything else? Any questions from anybody? You had something?
No, it's cleared up.
It was clear? Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
He's up again.
Oh, you're up again.
He's up next.
Mitchell M. and Company. Go ahead and give us a,
All right. Again, Chris Teresi, this time representing Mitchell M. and Company. They've recently changed the ownership of this parcel to, I believe it's Marlborough 2025 LLC. I submitted a revised application to reflect that, and also submitted the revised application reducing this down to a 6-lot subdivision from a 7-lot. It's basically a private road off of 1559 Route 9W, serving the 5 new lots. At this point, I believe I'm down to, I need to complete the SWIP for the project. I should have that submitted in the next couple of weeks. Beyond that, maybe Pat wants to run through the rest of it.
Sure. A revised EAF has been submitted, and we should at this point circulate intent for lead agency for what is now a 6-lot subdivision. Private road access and maintenance agreements will be required. The stormwater pollution prevention plan must be submitted. The lot lines have been modified to incorporate the stormwater pond on Lot 4, and we're suggesting that any deed for Lot 4 incorporate the requirements for operation and maintenance of those. It should allow the town to undertake the operation and maintenance, should the applicant not, but it should state the town has the ability but not the obligation. There'll be a need for posting of security for the private road and stormwater facilities. DOT permit is required. The applicant has identified they're in the stage 3, the final approval status with DOT. DOT is probably going to need a secret determination. Submission to county planning is required, but the county planning is going to want to see the SWIP, so we can't submit that until we get the stormwater pollution prevention plan. And it would require a public hearing in the future. But I think the only action tonight is we can type the action as an unlisted action, and we can circulate a notice or declare a notice of intent for lead agency.
Hannah, do you have anything?
That would have been it. It's basically the same thing we just did for Nason, we should do here.
Okay. So,
Except we're not in a position for a public hearing.
No, we're
No,
not.
we should type it, just to type it and then do the lead agency.
Good.
Intent to circulate.
So can I have a motion for lead agency on this?
Make that motion.
Fred and John? Any questions?
Yeah, I just have a question. Regarding Lot 1, with the existing split-level frame residence, I'm not sure which is the side and which is the front of that building.
It's a corner lot at this point.
So as far as the minimum required area between the side of the split level and 9W, it's 45.55. And-
They got a ZBA approval for that.
Pardon me?
They went to the ZBA for that already.
But under our town law, it says lots enjoying frontage variances on a public street or highway shall not be eligible to increase the number of lots on a private road?
While you pause on that, I want to close out lead agency.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good. Now I want to do the unlisted action, and then we'll get back to you, okay? I have a motion.
I'll make that motion for the unlisted action.
Joe? Second?
I'll second.
Bobby? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Pat, now you're on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, Cindy, can you give me that section of the code again?
Pardon me?
I need that section of the code again. I didn't.
I would, I'd have to, I have
I'm
it.
gonna have to look further.
I have to find the exact section, though. But it
will-
says, well, it's in there.
I will review that for the next meeting as well.
Okay.
Now, is this subject to a preliminary conference because of the sixth lot? Have we done one on that? This,
Did we not have a meeting?
I asked about that. They said no. They asked about that a few
We're
months
talking
ago.
about the gateway? We talked about it last time.
You're talking about the gateway?
yeah,
We talked about doing one, but I don't,
we haven't
We
scheduled
haven't-
one, so
no,
I'd
we
like
haven't
to
scheduled,
schedule
no.
one.
I'll make that motion to
Schedule
schedule
one. Joe? Hold on. Jen, what are you thinking for a gateway meeting?
I'm sorry.
What are you thinking, a date for a gateway? Are we,
If we decide for March 2nd, I can put it out there to the whole list and see who can make it that day.
okay? Why don't we do that for March 2nd? That'll start at 6:30. Okay? Jen will send it out to everybody just to confirm. Okay? Anything else on this? No? All right, thank you very much.
okay, thank you.
Pendino and Pharaoh?
Thank you.
You made the motion. Who seconded it?
March-
Good evening. Just state your name and tell us about the project. Tell us about your project.
Well, we went to the zoning board of appeals and we were granted the variances on December 11th. And I'm looking to finalize this with the board and the town.
Should be done.
Is your microphone on? No.
Hi,
There you go.
sorry, Eliseo Pendino. So we got the variances that we went back on December 11th, and I'm hoping that we could finalize this. It's a two-lot, we're just expanding the lot line.
Okay.
So-
Pat, you got anything?
Yeah, our previous comments have been addressed. ZBA did issue approvals on December 11th. It's a type 2 action as a lot line change under seeker. I have in my comments that it needs a public hearing, but I was wrong. It does not need a public hearing, as the streamlined lot line change pertains to this two-lot lot line change.
Right. Anything from the board? We're good? Okay. So I have a application for Anna and Alicio Pendino and Vincent Pharaoh for a lot line revision, resolution of approval by the Town of Marlborough Planning Board, February 2nd, 2026. Who made the offering? Joe? And seconded by Bobby?
Sure.
Wonderful. Whereas the lot line revision is shown on the map with the granted area variances described above meets all codes and regulations regarding setback, lot sizes, road and driveway configurations, and other applicable regulations, code, and laws. Now therefore it be resolved that the Planning Board of the Town of Marlborough gives final approval to this lot line change and authorizes the chairman, where's the other page, sorry, of the Planning Board to carry out appropriate completion of the lot line change process upon satisfaction of the following conditions. A, payment of all municipal fields and consulting expenses of the Planning Board. Jen, will you poll the board, please?
Chairman Jennison.
Yes.
Member Gallo.
Yes.
Member Lanzetta.
Yes.
Member LaFaro.
Yes.
Member Trentolito.
Yes.
Member Lamella.
Yes.
Member Gazzo.
Yes. You are done.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. LaFaro Timber Harvest. Welcome. Just state your name and tell us about the project.
My name is Christopher Prentice with Lower Hudson Forestry. We are seeking approval for a selective timber harvest on property located at Route 4455. I was here January 5th meeting and had to submit a full EAF, which was submitted, and Pat has reviewed the part, or has completed the part 2.
Wonderful. Thank you. Pat?
Yes, we received the full environmental assessment form. I prepared a draft part 2 for the board's use. I did review the project under the Ridgeline Preservation Code. I don't believe that the Ridgeline Preservation Code is applicable, as we're reviewing this under Chapter 141 Trees, Article 1, and on the standards for timber harvesting, and it's not a site plan subdivision or building permit for a new building under the code. The submitted application and supplemental information meet the requirements of an application under Section 141 Trees. It does require a public hearing, and any substantive comments should be addressed by the applicant. I think we wanted to do the part 2.
We do. Hannah, do you have anything before we start that?
No, all I was going to say is that unlike for subdivisions, this is a site plan technically, so unlike for subdivisions where seeker has to be completed before there's a public hearing, that's not the case here. So if you wanted to move forward with the public hearing, you could set that, and then it's okay if we're not finished with seeker yet to
Okay.
hold that.
Well, we're going to do the part 2, and then we'll address that afterwards. Pat, you want to go through our part 2?
Sure. Do you want to go through it all unless the board has, I know I provided it earlier.
I just think for the record, just, let's go 1, impact land, yes,
Sure.
and
Okay,
then
so
all
item
of them.
1, impact to land, I suggest that there's a yes. I went down the bulleted items A through H, and did not identify any significant impacts. They're all no. They don't exceed any of the thresholds that would be a moderate to large impact. Under item 2, geologic features, the proposed action may result in modification or destruction of or inhibit access to any unique or unusual landforms on the site. I identified that as a no. Impacts to surface water, proposed action may affect one or more wetlands or other surface water. I identified that as a no. There are no wetlands or surface waters bodies on the site. Impacts to groundwater, proposed action may result in new or additional use of groundwater or may have the potential to introduce contaminants into groundwater or aquifer. I identified that as a no, as it doesn't exceed any of the bulleted items A through G below. Impacts on flooding, that's a no. There are no designated floodplains on the site. Impacts to air, proposed action include a state-regulated air emission source. That is a no, and none of the bulleted items below that are exceeded. Impact to plants and animals, I identified that as a yes. However, in reviewing the items below, those are all no's. I did provide the board with some supplemental information. There is a plant species that was identified as potentially having habitat for that endangered plant species. I'll give you the name of that. It was the spreading globe flower. The habitat on that site is not conducive to having habitat. This is a wetland plant. There are no designated or no wetlands on that site. It's a rather steep forested area. So in reviewing that, there really is not the possibility of any impacts to that species. I did provide the DEC information on that species for the board. Impacts to agricultural resources. The project is in an ag district, so I checked yes. However, none of the items in the bulleted items below A through G are exceeded. Impact on aesthetic resources. Land use, so the land use of proposed action are obviously different from or in sharp contrast to current land use patterns between the proposed project and a scenic or aesthetic resource. I identified that as a no. Again, this is a selective timber harvest. I believe it's less than 15 trees per acre, and it's a follow-up to a timber harvest that was done approximately 14 years ago with the intent to release the saplings that have grown since. Impacts on historic archaeological resources. Proposed action occur in or adjacent to a historic or archaeological resource. That is a no. Impact on open space and recreation. Proposed action may result in the loss of recreational opportunities or a reduction in open space resource as designated on any adopted municipal open space plan. That is a no. Impact on critical environmental areas. Proposed action is located within or adjacent to a critical environmental area. It is not, so those are a no. Impact on transportation. Proposed action may result in a change to existing transportation systems. We identified that as a no, and we discussed the amount of trucks that will be coming and leaving the site during the timber harvest, and it's very temporary in nature. Impacts on energy. Proposed action may cause an increase in use of any form of energy. That is a no, and the bulleted items below that are quite large when compared to any project. Impact on noise, odor, and light. Proposed action may result in increased noise, odor, and outdoor lighting. We identified that as a no. It's a large vacant parcel with a very temporary timber harvest operation. Impact on human health. Proposed action may have an impact on human health from exposure to new or existing sources of contaminants. We identified that as a no. Consistency with community plans. Proposed action is not consistent with adopted land use plans. We have that as a no. None of the bulleted items would be exceeded. And actually, through the implementation of this, that forest will continue to be a forest before and after this project. Consistency with community character. Proposed action is inconsistent with existing community character. We also identified that as a no. So if the board concurs with those answers, there was no moderate to large impacts, and a negative declaration could be issued for the project.
Is there any questions? Everybody agree with this? Are we ready to issue a negative deck on this?
I
Or
haven't
no?
drafted it.
You have not drafted
We
it?
need to
Okay.
there are a couple steps that still, I think, need to take place. One
Okay.
is that there's the Part 3 EAF. You could move to adopt this as the Part 2, and then I can draft a Part 3 and the negative declaration for your review. And you can go ahead and schedule the public hearing, and we could do all of that the same day, probably.
Good. So we're going to accept the Part 2. I have a motion to accept Part 2. Joe? Seconded by John. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So now we're going to, we're going to authorize you to do the
draft.
Part 3.
Part 3 and negative
Negative deck.
declaration for the board's review at the next meeting.
Which is the second.
And can we hold the public hearing that night as well?
Yes,
Oh, good. Then we're on track.
we
Yes.
are. So we're good
Good.
for the second for a public hearing.
Okay,
Okay?
appreciate it.
All right. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, you as well.
Yep. Jeff Aldridge. Hello, Mrs. Brooks.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? So I just wanted to meet with the board this evening because we finally have received our jurisdictional determination from DEC. We have our wetlands delineated on the map, which did require a change in the configuration of the lots. We actually last appeared before the board in May. We've revised the map to show the cul-de-sac the way it was, the code requires. And this obviously is going to impact the ultimate development plan. So I didn't know whether I needed to prepare a new one, or since the further development will be less than what we submitted, if this was acceptable to proceed further. So I just kind of wanted to come back. I know you have some new board members who perhaps haven't seen this before, and kind of get a reset. The engineer is working on the stormwater and roadway engineering and septic engineering. He has done the septic test pits, so we know that the configuration of the lots is not going to change at this point in time. And I just thought we should regroup a little bit.
Okay. Pat?
Yeah, again, this is an update. Not a lot of new information. Patty just went over the changes. I have no record of circulating notice of intent for lead agency. I think you have so many iterations of this that have not done that, so it would be appropriate to declare your intent for lead agency tonight. Again, we have the state and federal wetland delineations that have been added to the plans, and we're awaiting the detailed engineering before we can move any further forward, but a notice of intent for lead agency for a unlisted action.
Hannah?
Did we already type this as an unlisted? Or we have not yet?
I didn't go back and look at the stenographic minutes. I had written down that on 5/5, it was declared unlisted, and the board was going to circulate the notice of intent. But if that hasn't been done yet, I'd rather have it on the record twice than not at all.
And I think too, I only have a short form EAF, which is fine, that is fine, but the board could request a long form EAF if it would prefer for an unlisted action.
And what are you recommending?
It really is up to the board. I think the long form does provide more information on the environmental, is this a 6-lot subdivision?
Yes.
So, I mean, that's quite a few lots. I like the long form.
And we actually need to incorporate the ultimate development plan in that long form. So
Correct.
we should do that based on the full development of the site. While this will only be 6 lots, the board asked for an ultimate development.
And we did a gateway on this already.
Yes, we did.
We did.
In April.
So I'm getting a long form. I believe we should move there. And then let's go with, do you want us to redo the lead agency and unlisted action?
Definitely to type it unlisted, and I think once we have received the long form, that can be circulated. So you could go ahead and move to circulate your intent to be lead agency upon receipt of this new updated long form.
Like what Hannah said. Can I have a motion? Second?
Second.
Second by Fred. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
We good, Patty?
Yeah, we're good on this one. Yep.
Okay, thank you. New application, T-Mobile.
Boy, T-Mobile. Cell phone service.
Evening, I'm Ariane Eastman. I represent T-Mobile and American Towers. We are proposing a project at 366 Mount Zion Road. It is a 260-foot tall guide tower. We are proposing a co-location. Our equipment on the tower will be installed at 212 feet. Our ground equipment will be on a proposed 10 by 13 concrete pad, and the equipment will include 4 antennas, 8 radios, and 3 hybrid cables on the tower. Ground equipment being an H-frame, the concrete pad, and 2 equipment cabinets.
Okay. Pat?
Yes, so this project is a co-location on an existing wireless telecommunication facility. It is your highest priority site in accordance with your wireless. There's a hierarchy in your code, and co-locating on existing facilities is the recommended site to do that. We did not receive the structural report prior to our review. We received that today. We will review that. Hannah and I had a discussion, and we believe it's a type 2 action under seeker. It is a special use, so a public hearing is required. Did you provide us with security information today? Yes. So in response to the comments, want to confirm that there's required security. We will look at that. And then the radio frequency report we also received today. There's an annual certification that they should provide, and we did receive that. I'll let Hannah discuss the shot clock, but I would recommend that we schedule a public hearing for this at the next available date.
Hannah?
Right, so I agree that this is a type 2, which is good, because that means we don't have to circulate for lead agency and do the whole seeker process. So as far as the federal requirements, once the board decides that you have a complete application, then there's 60 days time frame, but within which you have to approve it, or there's an automatic approval provision. So we really want to get moving on this. And we did receive the agent documents on our correct forms. That was received today, I think.
I gave the originals to Jen.
So I agree. I think that we should, with seeker being complete in this case, I think we should move forward with setting the public hearing for March 2nd.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve having a public hearing? Joe, second by John. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good?
Good. And if it's okay with the board, I'd like to have prepared a draft approval on that date as well.
That would be fine.
For the public hearing notices, this code section has a 300-foot radius for mailing. I know we have a standard 500. We can probably still use that 500. And up on top of this mountain, probably won't add any, but this is a unique mailing per the code, but if we want to go with 500, that's fine.
And there is an additional, actually, I think that this is different as well. There's a requirement that the applicant, at least 3 weeks prior to the date of the public hearing, provide to us the names and addresses of all landowners within that 300 feet radius.
I can provide that tomorrow morning. I can get that together and sent over to Jen.
Perfect.
Okay. Any other questions?
With the public hearing, we send out those notices and then forward the certified mailings to you?
Bring it to the meeting.
Bring it to the meeting. Okay. I will make sure that gets done then. Thank you.
Okay, so you're on for the second.
They don't have to be return receipt. They're just certified.
Just certified. Okay. Yep.
I will send you the letter to send out.
Okay. I will make sure that I get all of that to you by the 2nd.
Are we going with the 5 or the 300 feet?
I'll do the 500. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
wonderful. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. All right.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you.
Barbara Jackson?
Chairman?
Yes.
I am going to recuse myself from the discussion on this application. My husband and I own the adjacent property.
Okay. Noted. Go ahead, Penny.
So we are proposing a 2-lot subdivision of a 13-acre parcel of land located on the southerly side of Reservoir Road. The applicants are proposing 2 new residential structures. The property is located in the ridgeline protection area. And I guess we can just go through Pat's comments, because whatever I say, he's going to already have addressed.
Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, I think Patty went over them all. So it is in the town's ridgeline steep slope protection. Compliance with that chapter needs to be documented. The structure on lot 2 appears to be relatively high, but I think it rises to the east.
It rises to the east, yes.
That, so there's a slope analysis required for that. Access to lot 2 is a flag lot. I would like to see how that works out with the grading of that lot. There's an arrow point.
Yeah, right now, we showed the limits of the 50-foot wide right-of-way. There's a pre-existing 50-foot wide right-of-way that was established in 1984 when Lands of Bracone Family Revocable Trust was created. It was Lot 3 on that filed map. So there is right now an existing gravel driveway leading to that property, which will be utilized by both of the lots. And we have that entire 50-foot wide right-of-way to put the driveway in. Do you want me to show a proposed driveway in there, Pat?
Yes.
So we'll add the continuation of that proposed driveway. Currently, there is an easement granted to that lot for ingress, egress, and utilities. It's included in the deed. And I did bring a copy of that deed tonight. I'll supply the original to, or not the original, the copy to Pat, and then make sure that a copy gets into the planning board record. But there is currently no driveway maintenance agreement, so I advise the applicant that one would be required.
But that's where both entrances are going to be,
Yeah.
nothing here.
Right, so you're not going to use the upper reservoir road access?
These are two siblings, so they are planning on sharing the driveway over the 50-foot strip, but we made sure that we had road frontage on the westerly side of Reservoir Road, so that if the property is ever sold, a separate driveway could go in
That would
to service lot number 1.
That would be more of a reason for me to want a separate driveway. That's
Because it's family?
That's another issue. Yeah, Ulster County approval for wells and septics will be required, and the highway superintendent comments should be received on the driveway location. Reservoir Road dead ends just past this.
Yes, it does. We've actually shown the cul-de-sac at the end of Reservoir Road on this map.
I don't know if that means cul-de-sac.
Well, it's what's there physically.
Is there structures within 200 feet?
I'm sorry, structures.
Structures on the Lanzetta parcels or the other, I know you show a house on the,
No, that's a vacant parcel.
that's what we had.
And we have a short form EAF on this? So same thing, we probably want to, can we move to type it as an unlisted? And then you could request, as with the other one, a long form, if you'd like. Is my thing on? Hello?
You just got to talk into it.
Because it's an unlisted action, and you should make that determination to type it as an unlisted, and then you can request, as we did with this other application, a long form instead of the short form EAF, and especially since we have some ridgeline stuff going on,
I agree with you.
I think that would be appropriate.
Okay. What Hannah said. Bummy, seconded by Joan. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So I'm sorry, you're requiring a long form on a two-lot
Yes, long
subdivision?
form.
Okay.
And then would you like to circulate for lead agency as well?
Okay. A motion for lead agency?
I'll make that motion.
John?
Second? There we go. I get there.
Mr. Bozzo?
Give me a chance.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. We good?
I think that's it for this evening, correct? All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Special discussion, 39 Old Country LLC. I believe you're done. You too, thank you. Come on up and join us.
Good, how are you?
Go ahead, tell us who you are and what you're doing.
My name is Eli Voknin. I'm one of the owners of the property. This is my father, Shaul Voknin. We had recently purchased this property. It's about 4.26 acres. We're looking to subdivide it into 2 lots. It has an existing house on the front portion of the lot that's marked there on the survey. And there's also another structure towards the rear of the lot as well. And the way we wanted to subdivide it was to give the back lot about 1.5 acres, and the front lot, I think it's 2 point. excuse me, front lot 1.5 and the back lot 2.7 or so.
Where am I? Where's Old County Road? I don't know where we are.
Yeah, you could see with the photos that we provided, there's both the homes are currently unfinished, but there's a more unfinished house in the back. And in the front, you could see pictures of the house as well.
That's the house in the front, and this is the back.
I'm sorry? Yeah. Yeah. He asked if we're going to try and renovate it. I said yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's the goal, for sure. Yeah.
Too safe to tear it down.
Where is this?
You know the project? You know the houses? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I guess you guys are familiar with it, yeah.
Pat, what do you got?
So, I took a look at what you sent, a couple of issues. The existing structures appear to have setback issues, so you may be going to the ZBA. I don't have the bulk table here.
I'm just going to take notes on my phone. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just going to take notes on my phone. I'm not trying to be rude.
I'm going to hand you my notes.
Oh, okay. Even.
And,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we would need, I did get a copy of the survey, but it doesn't have the setbacks, but it looks like they're going to be deficient for some of the setbacks. You only have 17.5 feet off the property line for the back building.
Uh-huh.
That setback is much larger, that requirement. Similar to the front building, it looks like there maybe is 2 side yard deficiencies there. But I don't have the setback information, so your surveyor will be able to answer.
Sure.
Once we have that, we can take a look at that.
Okay.
It looks like you're proposing access by easement to the rear lot.
Exist easement.
I know, but now you're subdividing it. So access by easement is not permitted. You can't get a building permit under New York State Town Law 280, capital letter A. I would defer to Hannah, but she just got up. So that's an issue. You may have to provide a 15-foot strip of fee ownership out to the road because according to New York State Town Law, not Marlborough law, access by easement is not permitted for residential. You can give it access by easement, but you can't get a building permit. And I think you're going to want a building permit.
Right.
Picture there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an issue as you're looking to lay out the lots and whoever you have to do the survey, take a look at providing access from the back through the front with fee ownership, which is a legal title, meaning ownership by one lot. There's reference in here as to a workshop use in the back.
Yeah, the house, that's the house.
Right, but it says you want to use it as your workshop.
No, we don't. We want to use it as a house.
Okay, it said workshop in the application.
No. We asked, I guess it was misunderstood. You know, sometimes we do something in New Windsor and Newburgh, and then we do, before we go by the board, we go for a workshop. So I asked to do a workshop. I thought I'm going to be one-to-one, one-on-one with the engineer.
He was thinking you were going to use the 2-story building as a workshop.
I'm sorry?
So you're looking for a workshop meeting, you're not using it as a workshop.
That's what. Accent, just a little bit of an accent.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
You all thought you wanted to have a workshop too, right? So, that doesn't meet zoning. As a house, it will meet that requirement in that district. We have to take a look at the setbacks.
Okay.
And then the water and sewer for each of the lots would have to be go to the health department.
Septic, yeah, septic. And well, yeah, definitely.
So that's where just some potential pre-existing nonconformities and that access issue, you should work out with whoever you have a survey.
Survey?
They'll understand that comment.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Minimum access under town law 280A is 15 feet. You can share the driveway after that. You have to own out to a road.
Yes, okay.
Pre-existing non-conforming. Write that down.
Yeah.
Cindy, you got anything on this? No? Mr. Boswell? Mr. Callow?
I don't think so.
Anybody down here? No?
Yeah, we'll be working towards it.
It works.
Yeah, couple big
So I
ones.
guess it was my accent, what can I say? Put me in trouble sometimes.
Okay,
Thank you guys for your time.
you're welcome.
Thank you for the notes.
Anybody else? Have a motion to adjourn? Joe, seconded by John. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. We're adjourned.
Yeah, a lot of work. I mean, did it ever have a building permit to start with?
Everybody unplug.
I mean, look
Wanna
at,
turn that
that's a
off,
door,
Jen?
that's a door, that's a door, that's a door, there's no porch, that's gone, look at this.